As MMAT trends on Twitter with 1921 posts, will it go up today and should you buy the stock? Stay focused as we go through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. MMAT fell down to a price of $2.03 on Tuesday's trading session, indicating a fall of over 6%, where 21 million shares were traded, which is more than double the average volume of 9.7 million shares, and the market cap now stands at $734 million, indicating over a 2.5x growth over the past month. As for MMTLP, it fell by 12.45%, getting to $10.2 with a trading volume of 3.46 million shares, and this indicates urgency among the sellers to cover their short positions. A strategy traders are using for MMAT is a mix of swing trading and intraday trading, where they're basically buying and selling in the short term, increasing their position size for the long term, which is a risky yet smart move, and in our opinion, the price can touch great heights and those with patience will profit the most. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for MMAT, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, you can see that we have some really great price action going on over here. And this, if you ask me, this is probably the best time to enter into the stock right now, because as you guys can see, we're repeating this pattern over here, right? We're just getting a healthy pullback as we already did over here, and now we're on our way to get a pullback over here as well. Once we get this pullback, right, once it's over with, probably that will be by Thursday, or well, Thursday's a holiday, never mind that, right, probably by Friday. So once that is done, right, we'll probably go even higher, and I'm personally targeting $2.5, right? So if I were to buy over here, right, let's say I was about to buy at $1.9, right, my stop loss would probably be at somewhere around 1.7, or rather 1.75 for that matter. So that would be pretty much 9%. And my target, of course, 2.5. So that's pretty much 30%. So that's a 1 to 3 ratio trade. Very great risk to reward ratio. And considering the fact that, the shorts are going to plummet, right? Short sellers will eventually have to be, they will be forced and they will be squeezed out of all of their money and all of their shares. So that probably would pour up into MMAT as MMTLP over here goes private. If we look at MMTLP as well for a change, right, we can see that, well, it's the same price action. We're getting a pullback only to get a stronger bullish trend, right? It's the same price action coming back to MMAT. Well, why isn't it loading? I'm sorry for that. So now that we're in the 1-day chart for MMAT back again, we can see that over here first up, right, where did we take support? Let's quickly mark these levels. First up, 1.92 seems like a support level. Well, it is a support level. That's why it looks like one. And I believe this is 1.87 or 1.86. Yeah, pretty much the $1.85 zone, right? After that, if we talk about a further support, we'll probably have one around 1.8 and 1.82 as well for that matter. So 1.82 and 1.8. If we talk about resistance, of course, we got resisted around $2. That was pretty obvious. Why can't I use the horizontal line? Never mind that. After that, we'll probably have to jump into the $2.05 range, right? Then $2.08. And once we're above $2.08, well, it's confirmed we're going to 2.5, not financial advice. But as you guys can see, if we talk about a long-term trend as well, and if we were to just project this trend onto a bullish market, considering the fact that we're in a bearish market right now, if the same thing was about to happen in a bullish market in a reversed scenario, that probably would take the stock, and the stock probably would have been already around the $5 range by now. And because this is a great news, right? Considering such a big short squeeze, and the stock is just up by about what is it, like 100% or something, right? That's obviously, there's a lot of juice to be poured out. There's a lot of juice to be squeezed out of the stock. So while we have the time, we probably should focus on doing that. Of course, day traders, swing traders, positional traders, all of them can get interested in this because it's honestly really what do you call it? It's an interesting case. It's a very rare case, I would say, because we don't see AMC and GMC, GME like cases every single day. So this is one of those. And of course, if we want to analyze it further, we'll quickly have to jump on into the 1 hour chart. So now that we're in the 1 hour chart, we can see that we already got the required pullback over here, right? We were already getting some pin bars on the upside that were red and declining, so that indicated this huge volume pin bar, right? That's even an ice cream bar, not even a pin bar at this point, right? So with that, what would the next candle look like? If you ask me, we probably won't get a lot of volatility in the next candle. I believe it would be smaller than this one, and of course the wicks would be smaller as well. And once that happens, right, we should get a green candle in the third hour. So that's the 11:30, time. And that should be a green candle if you ask me. And we'll probably end the day off around, let's see. So we're currently at 1.93. We started the day at $2. And it probably won't go that well today, but I still believe that we'll probably end the day today, above the $1.9 area and of course under the $2 area. So we're probably not getting any bullish momentum today, right? This pullback was really important for the stock to go up again in a healthy fashion. So with that, right, I don't think there's much left to analyze in the 1 hour chart. So we'll quickly have to move on into the 5-minute chart where the main stuff lies. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that over here on yesterday's chart, 22nd November, that is, right? We started off, we got a pin bar over here, fell down, so it was pretty successful, right? Got a pin bar on the upside, went up, again got a reversal pattern over here, right? Got two pin bars on the downside, followed, or rather they were follow-ups of a pin bar on the upside, which was red. Again, bearish trend, going down. Well, we did get some dry volumes over here with only like 200 or 300 shares traded, so that's not even a volume worth considering. But then again, while we closed the day off, right, we did get volumes like 38,000, 40,000. So that still kind of explains to us that the stock is not really paid attention to, if you ask me. So this actually might be a great time to acquire some MMAT before it gets too late, of course. If we look at the current price action, we can see that the first few candles itself were what caused this massive fall, right? We got an engulfing candle over here, followed by a massive red candle, followed by a reverse engulfing candle. So this was a fail, and we're probably going to fall even further, right? If you ask me, of course. And as you guys can see, we're already squeezing into this resistance at 1.95. So that might turn into a breakout if we're able to break this range of 1.96, of course. And if we break $2, well, that's a really, really bullish sign. But I personally hope that we stay over here so more traders, more fellow traders can, join in and buy the stock when there's still time. Anyways, if we look at the valuation as well over here, we can see that we're already up at 702 million as compared to the previous, like I think that was 600 or something, right? 600 million or something when I last analyzed the stock in a few days ago, right? If we talk about the earnings, even though we already discussed this, that they were kind of negative, I believe that the company might improve in the future after they look at their stock statements and their stockholder liability, of course. They'll pretty much be forced to improve the same way that, the short sellers are kind of forced to close in on their trades. But as you guys can, of course, see, volumes are still dry. We only have like a few $1,000s worth of shares traded every 5 minutes, which again is not all that exciting. But then again, we'll quickly jump on into MMTLP, so, to see what's going on over there. And this is where the main volume lies. We're already getting millions of dollars of worth of shares being traded. And as you guys can see, as for 23rd November, we did not get much. Well, what is this? This is rather weird. We got a massive red candle, which took the stock down by about 11 or rather even 12%, which had only a volume of 76,000. So that's a bit odd comparing to the rest of the market. Right, of course, it was the biggest candle, but wait, it wasn't even the biggest candle, but I believe the biggest candle led out to these orders, right? But that's still not very justified, right? In the end, of course, the pullback was necessary, but is this gonna last long? Of course, it's not gonna last long. In my opinion, we should probably be over this pullback in like a day or two, probably by the end of this week, we should be done with this pullback and we'll probably get back into the bullish action. Of course, if we look over here, we have declining volumes in this stock as well, where we went from 30,000 to 13,000, and now, well, this candle just started, so we can't really see that it's declining, but we're seeing some selling pressure over here, and I believe the same must be going around in MMAT. Yup, we're seeing selling pressure. I already told you that that we were squeezing over here, and we've kind of failed to hit, or rather cross, $1.95. That was a strong indication that we'll fall down, but of course, we have the $1.92 support by our side. We might actually break that and go down over here, right? And after we're done, once the mid-market part is done, because hear me out, right? As I already told you, the stock is not paid attention to that much. So some traders might try scooping up in the mid-market or towards the closing hours when, things get cooled off and the stock is at a good price. So even if it gets down all the way to 1.85, wait, let me mark these levels, 1.85 or 1.82, right? It's just a great opportunity to buy, and it's nothing to be sad about, in my opinion, right? Because then again, we all know that the short squeeze is coming, profits are going to pour into the stock, and well, boom, it's going to go up, it's going to skyrocket, it's going to move, right? Not financial advice, but I personally am short term, and that is very short term, like a few hours only, right? I'm bearish for the next few hours, but after that, if we talk about the long term, right, or not even the long term, just some swing trades like a few weeks, right, I am bullish on the stock. And if we talk about the long term part, well, once they fix their fundamentals, maybe, right, but I'm not too interested in the long term gains. As long as I'm making money, it's cool. But then again, remember that this most definitely was not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.